You're probably wondering how to save money from your salary, but don't worry. These tips will set you up for financial success. Before we get to that, I would like to introduce the sponsor of this video, the Frugal Living Handbook. Our comprehensive e-book covers everything you need to know about living a frugal and rewarding life, including creating a budget, identifying areas for cost cutting, and much more. Order our e-book via the first link in the video description and start your journey towards financial stability and security. Now let's get back into the video. 10. Budget before paycheck arrives. If you have one of those decent jobs that can afford you a ride a month into it, then it means you now have a more stable income. What you should be thinking about is how to develop a spending plan for your income. This is where budgeting comes in. It is up to you to choose the method or approach of budgeting that will be most effective for you. Would you rather type it out in a notebook, or would you settle for any of those budgeting apps on the internet? A smart method I will recommend for you to help with money management and adopt sound financial practices is to use a paycheck budget. First of all, budgeting from your paycheck enables you to see exactly where every dollar is going. You undoubtedly have a general idea of your monthly income and expenses. It also reveals to you where the money from each paycheck is spent. Paycheck budgeting aids in preventing overdraft charges. It can prevent you from running out of money before receiving another paycheck. It will ensure you aren't spending more than you have available until your next payday by knowing exactly which expenses will be deducted from each paycheck. 9. Set up Save automatically. For those who might not know, automating your finances essentially means putting your money on autopilot by setting up your bill payments and savings accounts to be paid monthly automatically. By automating your accounts, one ensures that certain payments are made on time to avoid hefty late penalties. Once everything is in place, all you have to do is make minor adjustments to ensure everything is running smoothly. I can say without a doubt that this is an excellent method to begin organizing your finances. It is best to set up a direct deposit before automating your money, especially if your employer offers it. It is the simplest and most convenient method of receiving payment. Your earnings are automatically put into your account, and you know exactly when you will have access to them. 8. Track your spending. Most of the time, we find it difficult to save money or even understand where our money is going. The only way to find out exactly what is happening with your money is by keeping a spending notebook. This logbook will help you keep track of what you're spending your money on. A spending logbook is basically a document for keeping records of each and every purchase you make each day over a certain period of time. The purpose of keeping a spending journal is to keep you more conscious of how you spend your money, discover your spending patterns, and also help you find areas where you may improve. We don't keep track of our spending, which is one of the reasons we struggle with budgeting. We estimate that we spend X dollars on groceries, but the actual amount is twice the amount. Knowing how your salary is being utilized will be possible if you keep track of your spending. Try to review your spending from several months before giving up on trying to save money from your paycheck. If you actually do it, you'll find out that keeping a spending journal is a truly eye-opening exercise. You can think of it as a type of accounting. I strongly advise against employing the use of an app or anything internet-related. What you should do instead is to use a pen and notebook that you take with you wherever you go. And why is that? Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's just something about putting pen to paper and seeing everything written out in your own handwriting that lends perspective. 7. Be mindful of impulsive buying. People have a tendency to overspend when they get a consistent stream of income, and sometimes the spendings can be categorized as impulse buying. Impulse buying is the purchase of a product on the spur of the moment, even though you have no prior shopping plans. It happens when shoppers have a strong desire to buy something, and it is usually unplanned. I want you to think of impulse purchases to be the power of temptation. The feeling of doing something you shouldn't, but you just can't stop yourself. In all honesty, this habit is quite difficult to curb, and that is because they're influenced by emotions like delight or rage. 2/3 of all impulse purchases are made in our beds on our iPhones. It's so simple to see something we desire and click to buy. Allowing yourself a day or two to calm down after an impulse purchase will help. Once you've regained your composure and a fresh viewpoint, Consider if you'll actually utilize this item and whether you can pay cash for it right now. That's a no-nonsense approach to the purchase that will save you a lot of money in the long run.
6. Reduce spending on housing, transportation, and food.
Housing, food, and transportation are the 3 budget busters that account for the majority of our expenses. You'll definitely have more cash from your salary to save if you find your way around these 3. For the housing bit, I'll say if you have a mortgage and own a home, you might consider refinancing it with a lower interest rate. Meal planning is a way to go to help you spend less on groceries. I know you're probably conjuring images of eating cheap food to survive, but this is not the case. Meal planning is basically finding ways to eat healthily at an affordable rate. It is intended to assist you in making better use of your resources. You can save money while still eating the foods you love if you decide to follow a thoughtfully created meal plan. As for transportation, carpooling, purchasing monthly travel passes rather than daily or weekly permits, and even using a secondhand vehicle can help you save money. 5. Tweak utility usage. We'll get to that in a second. I have a favor to ask of you. If you like this video so far, please subscribe to the channel. Do you know that you can cut utility bills with a few simple adjustments? What you'll do is look around the house for appliances plugged into the sockets that are rarely used. Your electricity costs will greatly be reduced if you unplug your cell phone and other electrical charges you don't use. Our utility bills frequently fluctuate when the seasons change, whether it's warming up for the summer or cooling off for the winter. Try reducing the amount of sunlight entering your home before turning on the air conditioner. You can also achieve the same result by turning on a fan rather than lowering the thermostat. 4. Low-cost entertainment. Another place where you might be able to cut costs is entertainment. With so many subscription services from Amazon Prime, cable, Netflix, Hulu, Pandora, and Spotify, to name just a few, it might be time to consider alternatives that could help you lower your costs, like something that doesn't involve screen time. Instead of spending money, think about engaging in outdoor activities like hiking or camping. Check your city's calendar for discounted or free museum days. Come to think of it, socializing should not be that expensive. Instead of meeting at eateries, you should try holding game nights or hosting potluck dinners. 3. Go to the library. If you're looking for free entertainment and are on a tight budget, the library might be the place for you. It provides so much more than the regular stuff. Some libraries allow folks to borrow CDs and DVDs aside from books. So all in all, libraries also provide additional services. Just find out what is available at your library by speaking with your local librarian. The library is my go-to place for cheap information. Find your library on Overdrive if you're unsure of where to look. You can borrow books online using the Libby or Overdrive applications, which are directly connected to your local library. Once you have your own library card. 2. Cutting down health expenses. When you made the decision to fight for your financial independence, you had it in mind to make loads of cash, have a fulfilling retirement, and have children who will live happier lives than you did. It should be the same while deciding how healthy you want to be in your new, financially free life. You don't want to retire, wake up one day, and discover that you are battling diseases. So while healthcare is important, it is also costly. The truth, as you'll agree with me, is that there aren't many options, sadly, for lowering the cost of your health insurance. However, there are preventative approaches to medical issues that can help you live longer and spend less money. Working out is a terrific way to keep healthy, and you can do it from the convenience of your home with an online personal trainer. You can potentially save a ton of money by forgoing pricey gym subscriptions while still getting great workouts to enhance your health at home. You don't need to spend $150 on a jacket or $90 on yoga pants in order to work out regularly and get results. You can overlook those fancy stuff and go for the comfy pair of leggings and an old t-shirt. 1. Side hustle. So now that you know how to manage your money on a tight budget, you have to agree with me that there may come a time when you are unable to extract any more cents from your wallet. So what are you going to do about that? Well, the obvious solution will be to make more money, especially if you believe there is no place for savings in your current circumstances. There might even be a period when you're not happy with your job after a long day at the office. you may begin to feel as though you are caught up in the rat race. The answer to this for many folks is the numerous interesting side jobs that fill this gap. People do side hustles for the money or the urge to pursue a career that appeals to them. At the end of the day, it may even become a full-time endeavor for many people. So what you'll do is to either search online or around the neighborhood for something worthwhile that will definitely not stand in the way of your job and is also relatively rewarding. So there you have it, the different ways to save money as an average income earner. But the journey doesn't end here. Check the first link in the description for our Frugal Living ebook. It's never too late to start making smart financial decisions.